know what I say every time.
What do you say every time?
I love you guys.
One of the things I really believe in, if I'm gonna build relationships, is making kids responsible for each other.
You say my other paragraph is about how pandas weigh?
You don't have to say my paragraph. You can just say...
You could just say, like, another interesting thing about pandas is their weight.
Yeah. Minus 30, solve. Solve. If you had trouble with this yesterday, raise your hand. If you're with a hand, please hit the person that has the hand. One of the deepest relationships I have, it's with my brother. He's 9 years younger than me, and I felt very responsible for him, and that built this like very deep connection. That sense of responsibility is what is key for me. The sense of I am responsible for not only making sure that this person is okay, but making sure that they're happy, making sure that they're at their best, and make sure it's on the axis. That's the kind of relationship I want my kids to have.
Do you need help?
No. They're all awesome. Well, most of them care for me, like when I'm sad. They always have my back.
Just applaud you for that, like, woo! That, like, the volume in the room just went up.
There's really a lot of help in the room. You see a lot of us walking around and helping other kids.
They're so vigilant of how everyone else is doing, and then they're able to get up and just solve the problem on their own. So many things like that. People will just say, "Oh, it's so great that your kids can do that," and just assume that it just happened one day and they all started doing it and it was lovely. That's a structure that I spent a lot of time working on. At table 5, explaining to Trayvon and Leo, Jacob finishes and he's like, "Hey, Miss Martinez, I'm done. Let me get Leo so you can help Trayvon." The teacher-student role is like really flexible. Like you're the teacher and the student, I'm the teacher and the student. So that was beautiful. Okay.
At the beginning, it was just like everybody would just try to get their own work done. Nobody would really try to help.
You don't want me to say something.
There were 3 different kinds of relationships, I would say, in the beginning.
What?
The first was a friendly relationship. The second was like this total antagonistic relationship. It happened with a lot of my boys. The third was like this don't care about each other. Like we go to school together and you're my classmate and you don't do anything right or wrong to me, so it's fine. Well, I thought this is unacceptable in my dream classroom. Like if I was gonna have a utopic classroom, this is not what I want. I don't want 3 kinds of relationships.
Bad for her. She was begging on her knees just to protect the Argonauts. Because I think she really cared about them. So.
The only way relationships are gonna be built is by people spending time together. I don't even want to put any ideas in your head. I just want you to talk to the people around you about everything you think about what we just read. So go ahead and talk. Go ahead.
Yeah. It happened because Miss Martinez, she brings us all together, you know, and she really helped me get to know everyone else.
So if your kids don't spend time together, and by time, I mean talking time, and I mean interaction, and I mean giving each other body language that shows respect, giving each other body language that shows excitement. If they don't spend that time together, there's no way they're going to build relationships.
Well, I got to know most of them by doing group work and hanging out with them at recess or lunch or sitting next to them, and they were really kind to let me do that.
We always like want to see each other go to college. So like we help each other out to like if someone gets something wrong, we help them out with it so that they learn from their mistakes.
The same. It's supposed to be don't cross the same line. And then just shake this one off, like the period.
When we work in groups, it's really easy because the teamwork that we all have as a class is really good, and it's very strong because we all love and care about each other as if we were one big family.
It's this transparency. Like you can't just expect 10-year-olds, 9-year-olds, 18-year-olds, anybody. You can't just expect any kids to you say, okay, now work really well on a team, go. Like, but how? But what does that look like? What does that feel like? What does that sound like? So first of all, obviously what we were just talking about, your body language is insane. You guys, you're telling each other so many things silently. Number one, I care about you. Number two, I really care about what you have to say. Number three, this conversation really matters to me. And those are all really good cues that allow you guys to have like, you have the breadth of conversation, but you also have the depth. Remember we were talking about that yesterday? And you're able to go like really deep in a lot of things. It's because you trust each other, and that's very obvious even silently. It's culture, it's contagious. Like, kids started looking around and started opening their eyes to a world beyond their work.
How would you put on both of them planets?
And then from there, it's a lot of coaching on like, how do you teach? We've done a lot of modeling and failing. One thing I love that you said in the beginning was you were like, Natalie, can you help me with the retell? I read this like quite a while ago. We haven't met in a long time, so I don't really remember. There's this piece of honesty between you guys, and that's integrity, right? Just being really straight up about who you are and what's going on. Kids love that. Like, they love taking care of each other. It's so adult to them to get to be responsible for someone else. Tomorrow. Thanks. They did a really nice job. They really respond to that with a sense of, number one, oh my God, you trust me to take care of someone else that you love. That is huge. That's a huge, sense of connection for them.